Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. I am Rabia, and on behalf of AFAQ online learning platform, I welcome all of you to this video lesson. In this video lesson, we will learn about new AFAQ Sun series English Grade 2 Unit 1. So let's get started. But before we get to the video, I want to tell you that this video lesson is for you if you are a student, a teacher, or a parent. Also, I want to share a fact with you that makes AFAQ learning experience unique. We know that planning is fundamental for successful learning and teaching. That's why AFAQ has developed academic calendars. These academic calendars provide you support for each subject of each class. These academic calendars have been divided into 3 terms: first term, second term, and third term. Each term is then divided into 2 periodic units. Therefore, there are 6 periodic units in total. We can say that at the end of the third term, you will have covered all the SLOs and all the concepts of the textbook, because we have distributed all the concepts and all the SLOs of the textbook equally among all these terms. As you can see here in this academic calendar, there are 6 weeks in one periodic unit. The 5 of them have been allocated for teaching and learning, whereas the 6th one has been reserved for assessment. That's not all. We also provide suggested timetables on the basis of subject weightage and academic calendar. As you can see here, we have allocated 7 periods to English. There are 2 double lessons and 3 single lessons in this timetable. You can change this timetable according to the requirement of your school, but we recommend that you give 7 periods to this subject. Now let's start Unit 1. Alright dear students, now we are going to our next activity. In this lesson, we are going to cover one SLO. After completing this lesson, you will be able to articulate the sounds of the letters of the alphabet in random order. Dear teachers, complete methodology for covering this SLO has been provided in DLP number 5. This DLP will be covered on day 3 according to our suggested timetable. Dear teachers and students, on page number 4 of the textbook, there is a section called Listening and Speaking Practice. In this section, we will practice the different sounds of letters but in random order. Some letters have been given on page number 4 of your textbook. I want you to read them and also say aloud their sound. Let's do some of them together. This is letter C and the sound is K, K. Very good. C, K. The second letter is M, 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 M. The letter is M and the sound is M. Look at the third one. This is letter F, F, and the sound is F, 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 F. In the same way, you have to read all the letters and their sounds. Once you have read all the letters and all the sounds, you have to make some words using these sounds. You can write all these words in the word bank given here. Alright students, now it's time for practice activity. You have already learned to say the sounds of different letters in random order. Now I want you to solve this activity. In this activity, you have to find words that start with the same sound. For example, this is the word rain. It starts with R sound, R, R, R. You have to find a word in the second column that starts with the same sound, R. River. So in this column, this word river also starts with the same sound, R. R for rain and R for river. In the same way, you have to find the words that start with the same initial sounds in both columns and match them together. Alright students, let's move to our next activity. In this lesson, one SLO will be covered. And at the end of this lesson, you will be able to read and recite short poems or rhymes with actions. Dear teachers, we have provided complete methodology to cover this SLO in DLP number 6. The DLP number 6 will be covered in day 4 of our suggested timetable. Now let's recite this poem together. Red, blue, yellow and green, 4 bright colors to be seen. Red is the color of the rose that I smell with my nose. Blue is the color of the sky with fluffy clouds way up high. Yellow and green can be found on grass and flowers all around. So this was a wonderful poem about colors. Very good. Did you like the poem? Students, now read this poem carefully and underline the names of colors in them. Let's do the first line together. Alright, the first line is red, blue, yellow and green. Are there any names of colors in them? Red, yes, this is the name of a color, so we will underline this. Blue, this is also a color. Yellow, yes, yellow is also a color. Can I underline and as well? No, this is not a color, but green is. So we will underline green as well. So in this way, you have to read all the lines in this poem and underline the names of colors. It's time to check your comprehension. We have covered a lot of concepts so far. I want to check your understanding of the concepts. In this lesson, 2 SLOs will be covered and complete methodology for covering these SLOs has been provided in DLP 7. Dear students and teachers, on page number 4 of the textbook, there is a reading and critical thinking section. In this section, some comprehension questions have been given. These questions are related to the poem that you read on page number 3 of your textbook. Read these questions carefully and answer them in your notebooks. In this lesson, only 1 SLO will be covered, and complete methodology to teach this lesson has been provided in DLP 1. Remember that now we have moved to week number 2, and this is day 1 of week 2 of the first unit of the first term. In this lesson, we will learn about digraphs. Dear students, do you know what are digraphs? We know that all letters in the alphabet have a sound. But sometimes 2 sounds merge together to form a new sound. Do you know some examples? Let's look at the examples given here. Look at the first one. The first sound is k, k, and the second sound is h, h. When k and h, c and h combine together, they form ch sound. Yes, very good. Ch as in chair, ch as in chair. In the same way, when p and h combine together, when they come together, they form the f sound, f as in phone. In the same way, when s and h come together, when they are combined, they form a new sound, and this sound is called sh, sh, sh as in ship. The fourth sound is th, th, and it is formed when we combine t and h. Th as in thumb, th as in thumb. Alright, on this chart there are 4 more consonant blends. I want you to read them carefully after pausing this video. Dear students, digraphs can come at the final position of the word, for example in these words, or they can also come at the initial position of the words. For example, these words. These words have been provided on page 5 of your textbook. Now read these words carefully and then come back. Let's do a practice activity together. Dear students, we have learned about the initial and final sounds of the words, and we have also learned about digraphs. We know that like all other sounds, digraphs can also come at the initial position and they can also come at the final position in a word. Now I want you to write 2 words with digraphs in initial positions, and then I want you to write 2 words with digraphs in the final position. Alright students, now it's time for another exciting activity. In this lesson, we will cover 1 SLO, and after completing this lesson, you will be able to read and think critically. And my dear teachers, the methodology to cover this SLO has been provided in DLP number 2 of week 2, but the day is still 1. Now students, turn to page number 5 of your textbook. On this page, there is a section named as Time to Think. In this section, you have to read the instructions carefully, follow them and then write. So let's read the instructions together. Alright, so in this activity, you have to read about the different seasons of Pakistan on the internet. Remember, whenever you are using the internet, you should get help from your teacher or your parent or your sibling. Alright, after collecting all this information, you have to write about it. And remember that you can collect information about fruits, clothes and other information related to each season, and then you have to write it down in your notebook. Now it's activity time. In this lesson, we will cover one SLO, and after completing this lesson, you will be able to memorize the vocabulary words with their meanings. Dear teachers, complete methodology for teaching this SLO has been provided in the DLP number 3. Dear students, on page number 5 of your textbook, there is a section called Aspects of Language. In this section, you will learn about the difficult words that you came across in the poem that you have read in this unit. So, let's read these words and their meanings together. The first word is fall. What is the meaning of fall? To drop down from a higher level. For example, if I drop a pen from over here and on the floor, then we will say that the pen fell down. So, fall means to drop down from a higher level. The next word is field. Field. What is a field? A green area of land. And the third word is ship. What is ship? Ship is a big boat. So now I want you to memorize the meanings of all these words. If there are more difficult words in the poem, then you can ask the meanings from your teacher, or you can also look them up in the dictionary. In this lesson, we will cover one SLO, and complete methodology to cover this SLO has been provided in DLP 4. Dear students, open page number 6 of your textbook. On this page, you will find some examples of rhyming words. Do you know what are rhyming words? Rhyming words are the words that have same ending sounds. For example, let's look at these words. Ship, trip, ship, trip. These are words with the same ending sounds. Ip, ip. This sound is the same in both words. Now listen to these words again carefully. Ship, trip. Very good. Now let's read the other example. Tree, sea. The sound that is common in both these words is E. Tree, sea. Very good. Now you have to make a rhyming word for the words that are given in this activity. The first word is fast. Can you think of a word that rhymes with fast? Fast. Yes, last. Last is a word that rhymes with fast. Fast, last. Or we can also write fast, cast. Cast also rhymes with the word fast. Now complete this activity by writing rhyming words. Dear students, I hope that you have understood the concept of rhyming words. Now I want you to solve a worksheet on the same concept. In this worksheet, 2 columns have been provided. In the first column, there are some pictures with the names of the objects, and in the second column, there are some pictures with the name of the objects. Now, I want you to match the pictures that have rhyming words in them. For example, the first word is mug. Can you find a word in the second column that rhymes with mug? Can you find one? Yes, this word jug rhymes with mug. So we will draw a line from here. Very good. In the same way, you have to complete this worksheet. Now let's turn to our next interesting activity. In this lesson, only one SLO will be covered. Dear teachers, we have provided complete methodology for this lesson in DLP number 5. Remember that this DLP will be covered in the day 3 of our suggested timetable. Alright dear students, now open page number 6 of your textbook. On this page you can see pictures of different animals. Can you see them? Yes, in one box pictures of farm animals have been given, whereas in the other box pictures of wild animals have been given. Do you know the difference between farm animals and wild animals? Tell the difference to your class fellows. Alright, I hope that you have discussed the difference between farm animals and wild animals with your class fellows. Now you have to look at this picture carefully and write 5 names of animals on the blanks given here. Now it's activity time. In this lesson, we will cover one SLO and complete methodology to cover this SLO has been provided in DLP 6. Dear students, I am going to ask you some questions about your likes and dislikes. So tell me, what are your favorite pet animals? My favorite pet animal is cat. What do you like? I also like a dog, yes. And what is your favorite pet animal? Can you tell me? Parrot. Alright, yes, a lot of children like parrots as well. So the next question is, what are your favorite wild animals? Yes, which wild animal do you like the most? Lion. Okay, yes, some students like lion. And leopard, yes. My favorite animal is a wolf. It is a wild animal. Alright, my dear children, I want you to solve this worksheet about wild animals and farm animals. In this worksheet, we have provided some pictures over here. You have to match these pictures with their names given in the other column. Now, it's activity time. In this lesson, we will cover one SLO, and complete methodology to cover this SLO has been provided in DLP 7. Remember that according to our suggested timetable, it is day 5 of the second week of the first unit of first term. Dear children, open page number 7 of your textbook. On this page, there is a grammar section. We now have to focus on this section. In this section, you will find some naming words. Do you remember what are naming words? Yes, these are the words that stand for the names of objects. For example, this is a star. So the name of this object is star, and star is a naming word. The next naming word is hen. Boy is also a naming word. And park is also a naming word. Students, please note that hen is the name of an animal. Boy is the name of a person. Park is the name of a place. And star is the name of an object. Let's move to our next activity. In this lesson, we will cover 2 SLOs, and complete methodology to teach these SLOs has been provided for teachers' guidance in DLP 1. Now we have moved to the third week of the unit. Dear students, do you remember that we have covered the concept of naming words in the previous lesson? Very good. Now we are going to practice the same concept. On page number 7 of your textbook, some pictures have been provided. You have to match the pictures with their names. So the pictures have been given here. There are 4 pictures and the names are given here. You have to match the pictures with the names. Let's do the first one together. Look at this picture and tell me, what is it? Yes, this is a school. And where is school in these words? This is school. So we will match this picture with this word. Very good. Now do the rest of this activity in your classroom. Alright, I hope that you have matched the pictures with the right names. Now, do you remember that naming words are of different categories? For example, there are naming words for persons, and there are some words that are used to name places In the same way, some naming words stand for things and there are some naming words of animals. So I want you to categorize all these words given in the word bank into these 4 categories. Let's do the first one together. The first word is tiger. Can you tell me what is tiger? Is it a naming word for person, or a naming word for place, or a naming word for things, or a naming word for animals? Yes, this is the name of an animal. So we will write tiger over here. In the same way, you have to complete this activity. So pause this video, complete this activity and then come back. Dear students, I hope that you have understood the concept of naming words. Now I want you to practice this concept further by completing this worksheet. In this worksheet, we have provided different naming words with their pictures. You have to look at these naming words and look at the pictures and circle the naming words for places only. For example, this is a watermelon. Is it a naming word for place? No, it is not the name of a place. Now let's look at this word. This is a class. Is it the name of a place? Yes, this is a name of a place. So we can circle this picture and this word. In the same way, you have to find all the words that are the names of places in this worksheet. Now it's time for the next activity. In this lesson, we will cover one SLO. Complete methodology to achieve this SLO has been provided in DLP2 for teachers. Dear students, now open page number 8 of your textbook. On this page, you will see that there is a section named as writing. In this section, you will do some guided writing, that is, some instructions have been provided for you and following those instructions, you will write. So, look at this diagram. What do you see in this? There are different arrows and different words and different numbers here. Can you tell me what do we see in this diagram? This diagram shows the number of syllables in each word. Do you know that a word in English can have 1, 2, 3 or even more than that syllable? So let's look at these words. The first word is pencil. Do you know how many syllables are there? There are 2 syllables in the word pencil. The first syllable is pen, P-N, pen. This is 1 syllable and sil is the second syllable. So there are 2 syllables in the word pencil. In the same way, the number of syllables in morning and garden are 2. There are 2 syllables in morning and garden. Now let's turn to the words that have 3 syllables in them. Okay, so the first word is umbrella. Umbrella. This word has 3 syllables. 7 has 2 syllables and storybook. Storybook. This word has 3 syllables in them. Now dear students, I hope that you have understood the concept of syllables. Now I want you to think of 2 and 3 syllable words and write them down. You have to write the 2 syllable words in this table, write the word here, and in this column you have to write the syllables. In this table, you will write 3 syllable words. Complete word will be written in this column and the syllable division will be mentioned in this column. Now it's time for activity. In this lesson, we will cover 2 SLOs. Complete methodology to cover these SLOs has been provided in DLP number 3 for teachers. Dear students, now open page number 8 of your textbook. On this page number, there is a creative writing section. You have to read the instructions carefully and follow them to write. Now, let's read the instructions together. The instructions say, write 4 to 5 sentences about how you spend a rainy day. You can use the given word bank. So 5 words have been and phrases, 5 words and phrases have been given for you. Games, special dishes, joy, enjoy and dark clouds. You have to use these words to write 4 to 5 sentences about how you spent a rainy day. I hope that you are going to enjoy writing this composition. Dear students, we have successfully completed Unit 1 of new AFAQ Sun series English Grade 2. I hope that you have understood all the concepts that we covered in this unit, because now it's going to be your revision week, and after revision week your teacher will take your assessments. So it's very important that you revise all these concepts and learn all these concepts carefully. So now I will meet you in the next lesson. Allah Hafiz.